Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to Oaks, Pennsylvania. We're here once again at the 422 Business Center. We're here to take a look at something pretty interesting. And no, it's not the American Treasure Tour Museum. We are actually right outside of there. And at some point we will go inside there and take a look at it. It's the Pop Culture Museum with the tram. I hear that place is amazing. A lot of you guys have told me we need to come out here and take a look at that. And someday, yes, someday we're going to come out here and we're going to take a look at that museum because I hear it's pretty fantastic, pretty amazing, pretty mind-blowing. I actually have seen videos and pictures of what it looks like inside, and it does look really, really cool. But we're not here to take a look at that today. Not yet. We will be back out here. We will take a look at that. Instead, today, we're going to take a look at something that sits actually outside of the museum, and I've been told that maybe possibly this belongs to the museum, though I'm not entirely sure of that. I don't know why, if it does belong to the museum, why there's no advertising on it, why there's no sign that says the American Treasure Tour Museum, why it just sits here on property and doesn't really do any necessarily advertising. I'm not sure. Also, I could swear, and it might just be my brain going old. I am 40 years old. I am old now. My brain doesn't quite work the way it used to, but I could swear I remember this being here ever since I was a little kid. I definitely know it's moved around the property, so it hasn't actually always sat outside of the museum. It used to be back on like what's what I'm looking for? An overflow lot, an overflow parking lot that actually sat in the back of the property. Used to be back there. I remember it sitting outside of a gym at one point. So I think at one point I used to think that it actually was for advertising for that gym, but I have no idea. So if this does belong to the museum, why is it here? Why has it been floating around the property? Why does it not actually have any advertising on it? I have no idea. So I kind of question whether or not this actually belongs to the museum or not, but you better believe that the first question I am going to ask when we go inside the museum is, does this belong to you? Because I want to know if that is the case. It is something that's been plaguing my mind for a long time now as to whether or not it actually does belong to the museum or if it doesn't belong to the museum. But still, this is really cool. This is interesting. Again, we're here at the 422 Business Center. Right there is 422, major highway that actually, if you're going that way, you're heading towards King of Prussia, Pennsylvania / Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. And if you're coming this way, you're actually heading into Oaks, Pennsylvania. So if you're heading to Valley Forge, King of Prussia, look to your right. You will see this on the side of the road. If you're heading towards Oaks, you're heading into Oaks, look to your left. You will see this off the highway. It is pretty neat. It's pretty interesting. Should we reveal it now?
Yeah.
All right. Bum, 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 bum. We've got a giant Unisphere. Check this thing out. Gigantic metal globe. So what is a Unisphere? Unisphere is essentially this, but usually it has rings running all around it. So it's a giant metal globe that usually either has light up or just metal rings running around it. As you can see, there's all these little like newbies coming off here. I'm assuming at one point those were what actually held the rings in place. Now I have no idea the history of this, so I have no idea if it's actually there were metal rings on this or if there were neon light up rings on this. I am not entirely sure, but what I can tell you is all those little things sticking out there were at one point definitely to hold rings, because every time I've seen a Unisphere, it has always had rings. Was one of these at the New York World's Fair back in the day. That one is about 20 times the size of this one. It is huge. One of these days, I'm going to get out to New York just to see the gigantic Unisphere that actually still sits there to this day. I definitely want to see that. This is a much smaller version, a much smaller Unisphere, but still, it's really, really awesome looking. And I love how it's so metallic and metally and shiny. It's great to come out here on a day where the sun is shining, because you can get some really cool photos of this with the sun actually glistening off the metal, if you will. So it's really awesome that this does sit here right off the highway. I mean, you see this, you can't miss it. You're driving down the highway, you're gonna see the gigantic metal Unisphere sitting right on the side of it. But like I said, I have no idea why this is here. I don't know if it's to advertise the museum. I don't know if it's to advertise the 422 Business Center. I don't know where it came from. I have no idea what the history of this Unisphere is. I am really not sure. I wish I could find out. I did some research online, couldn't find any information on this specific Unisphere. I could find information on Unispheres in general. Apparently, like I said, there was one of these at the World's Fair in New York. I guess there were some of these sitting outside of, like, Donald Trump had a business. There were two gigantic Unispheres sitting outside of his business. I think those are still there somewhere. I think also maybe possibly in New York. Some other places have had these around. So these are things you can find all over the United States, but where did this one specifically come from? I do not know. I'm assuming it wasn't specifically made for the 422 Business Center or for the museum. So this had to have come from somewhere, and I don't know. I'm actually really hoping this does belong to the museum, because if it does belong to the museum, I'm gonna find out. Again, first question I'm gonna ask them is, what is the deal with this? Is it yours? And if it is, where did it come from? What is the backstory? What is the history on the Unisphere? And if I find all that out, I might actually come out here and do another video talking about this and showing you guys the Unisphere. So this is awesome. This is just too cool. I definitely need to find out the information on this and figure out where it came from. Again, if you guys do know, leave a comment down below. I'm not sure how you would know where this came from, but maybe you know more than me. Maybe for some reason you know where this came from, and I would love to find out. I would love the history of this. Regardless, though, it's neat. I wish it still had its rings, though. That's what I still wish. I wish the rings were still on this thing. I wish I knew if they were neon rings. I wish I knew if they were just metal rings. I could swear I see, like I'm trying to look inside the little holes there. I don't know if it's just dirt and grass and stuff that's in there, or there actually are wires in there. I'm not entirely sure. You can see like this one up here. I can't tell if that's like right up there. I can't tell if that's a wire sticking out of there, or if it's just some like twist tie type of stuff. I don't know. I like to think at one point maybe this had like giant neon light up rings going around it. I have seen Unispheres with neon rings going around it, and those were really cool looking. But I've also seen many of them with just metal rings. I believe the one in New York just has simple metal rings going around it. Either way though, I bet at one point this thing looked pretty epic wherever it came from. But that's the question I want to know. Where does it come from? I can tell you where it's going to go. To my house. Look at this. It's literally just on a trailer, on a flatbed trailer here, which is bizarre. I mean, I could hitch this to the van. I could take the Unisphere home. We could take the Unisphere home. Should we take it home? No. What do you think Mommy would say if I showed up with a Unisphere? Do you think she would care? Do you think we get caught if we just randomly all of a sudden had a Unisphere in the yard? I'm thinking the cops may have a couple questions for us if this went missing, and just magically we just have all of a sudden on a roof there's a Unisphere. Where did that come from? How did that happen? Regardless, though, it looks like you pretty easily just drive away with this thing. There's not much in the way of security on this, but still very awesome, very cool. Unisphere here, sitting off of 422 here in Oaks, Pennsylvania, at the 422 Business Center, right outside of the American Treasure Tour Museum, which I do really want to check out. I know a lot of you, I'm going to comments down below telling me I have to go check that place out. You guys have already left comments in previous videos telling me I have to go check that place out. I will absolutely 100% check them out at some point, because they do look pretty awesome. Wonder if the windmills also have anything to do with the American Heritage, or sorry, the American Heritage Museum. That's a completely different museum. The American Treasure Tour Museum. I wonder if those have anything to do with that as well. I don't know. Why are the windmills here? Why is there a giant globe here? Questions of the day that I unfortunately cannot answer, but I would love to find the answer for, because they don't even do anything. Like they're old like water pump windmills, and so the windmills that didn't actually mill anything. They pumped water out of the ground at one point, but still, why? They're here just for the heck of being here. I'm guessing for the heck of advertising. I'm not entirely sure, but still, very awesome, very cool. If you guys are ever out in the Oaks, Pennsylvania area, again, you're driving either towards the King of Prussia, Valley Forge area, or you're driving into Oaks, down towards Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, down towards Collegeville, Pennsylvania, pull over here. There's a Target here, there's a Regal Cinema here. Pull over and get your photo with the giant Unisphere. Of course, if you do that, hashtag what's with day today, because I love to see you with your pictures with the Unisphere. And again, one of these days, we will actually go into the American Treasure Tour Museum, and I will ask about this. And they're either going to say, yes, here's the history, and I will know everything there is to know about the Unisphere, or they will say, now that's got nothing to do with us, and I'll still be left in the dark. Hopefully, we can get some information on that, and if I do, I will come back out here, shoot a recap video for you guys, telling you all the history of this, if that is a thing that is possible. But all right, guys, we're gonna go now. So Oaks, Pennsylvania, 422 Business Center. Get out here, check this out, get your photo with this, get hashtag what's with day today on social media if you do take your picture with this. It is too cool. Had to come out here and show you guys the giant metal Unisphere sitting on the side of 422, a major highway here at the 422 Business Center outside of what is supposedly a pretty awesome museum. But all right, we're gonna go. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and of course, check down below for all the different links. Check down below for my other channel, Cinema Stick This, for daily thrifting videos. And if you guys do become patrons for What's with Dave today, there's a link to that down below as well. You will get a monthly postcard sent to you for being a patron. We've already got a bunch of patrons as it is, a bunch of postcards going out very, very soon. Ready to go? And get some food? You look a little warm. Got some sweat on you there. It is a little warm out right now. All right, let's go. Let's go. What? You don't want food?
Because you know why.
Why do I know you don't? Why? You rather play your Switch than eat.
I want cereal.
The life of an 8-year-old. So anyway, guys, that's it. Giant metal Unisphere here on the 422 Business Center. I'm gonna go get myself a burger or something like that. So again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Gonna hit all the like buttons, do all that stuff I said. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great Thursday, guys. All right. See you on Friday. If you subscribe, I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Let's go get some cereal and some Switch. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.